whoa, your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I'm with the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as here guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Las Vegas Raiders. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
This one up to the 26. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. Quick throw, and Mayfield completes it. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 4.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Now he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
And the Browns first down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Mayfield. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mayfield. That is caught at the 7. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown, Cleveland.
Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. A first down and more for Jacobs. And finally down at the 41-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Josh Jacobs.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Tua going to throw. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
From midfield, here's Tua. And that will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Tua on 4th down. And trying to screen, it's complete. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Chubb on the counter. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
46-yard line.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
His throw incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Complete, the tight end Kelce. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Kelce.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
First down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
29-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he'll be brought down at about the the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
This will be caught just inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Made by Tanner Muse.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Round 7. Raiders nothing.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. A run for Nick Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Now the try here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Browns 14. Raiders nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Man open, that's who he runs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
The 46-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. Tua sets up to pass it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. On play action, here's Tua. Passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 44. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Quickly, it's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland 1st. First down, Mayfield. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Tanner Muse gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mayfield, the tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
He finds Beckham complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1st down, Cleveland, Mayfield to Beckham. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They go play action. Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. They'll give it to Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Browns add on to their lead. So simple math here in the 1st half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
The kicker on.
Andy Janovich. his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
The kick is good.
And his kick is right through.
Browns 28, Raiders nothing.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on. It's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders get a score closer.
For the extra point.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
First down, Cleveland.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the end. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Chubb. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's going to be about a yard or two short of the first here. He needed the 35 but didn't make it. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
4th down.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. What a career he continues to have. That catch is number 815. That ties him with Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp.
And just think about this. The only people ahead of him in the tight end position and catches, Antonio Gates, Jason Witten, and Tony Gonzalez. You catch 815 passes as a tight end in the NFL, call your tailor and get measured for the gold jacket.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
Mayfield on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Mayfield down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
And goal.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Offensively, pretty good execution. Long drive, chews up the remainder of the first half clock, and they finish it off with 3 points.
And what's the best byproduct of the whole thing besides the fact that they got points on the board? They didn't leave the other team any time to kind of drive themselves.
And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old-school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college. With all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
2 and now on first down. Got it open man. It's Ruggs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
For
the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he fires one that's intercepted. 10. And takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think I'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the problem a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now a dump off here complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
That's good.
Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
1st and 10.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. He'll let this go deep for runs. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off of play action. Tagovailoa. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Godwin. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Brought down at the 48-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
They go with Jacobs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
6-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Tua going to throw. They'll run the screen with Mack. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
That's another Raiders.
Tua now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Number 13.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Tua. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings brings up fourth.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He'll buy some time right. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Well, that's the fourth time that they've tried to go for it on fourth down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on fourth down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But one for four, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Mayfield. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. To throw, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Back in his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Daniil Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Browns send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
39-yard line.
Here's Tua. Tua got intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Mack Wilson, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. That good for 19 at a 1st down. Here's Mayfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They run it again with Chubb. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point, or in this case, a field goal.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
23-yard line.
Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Tua to try again on second down. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Greedy Williams picks it off. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
10 at the 47-yard line.
Now a carry for Jacobs. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Tua sets up to pass it. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And now here's another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for him. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14.
And the ball carrier.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 20-yard line.
Now they try the right side here. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. The Browns on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now he's strapped. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. They set up the screen to Chubb. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves them with 1 yard to go on third down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from walking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 30. And the Browns first down.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be third down.
Third down.
They run. Chubb. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Back to the air on second down. Tagovailoa. And he comes back with one complete. And they move this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
10 at the 47-yard line.
On play action, here's Tua. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Now they go screen. It's complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And able to complete it to Moreau. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Tua to throw again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The intended target there was Gabriel Davis, but it's going to be 2nd down.
10.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Carl Joseph. To this ball game. So they lost yardage and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, The early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, can't resist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. And then I made it loud and clear.